something I really vibe with, something that has helped me a lot, is to really learn or to really understand how I am constantly ebbing and flowing, and that there are seasons in my life, and that I every month, every day, every year I flow through different cycles. They're not confined by like the calendar year, just like I have this my innate ebb and flow. And I really do ebb and flow when it comes to social connection and community and extrovertedness, introvertedness. I flow quite a lot with my menstrual cycle. So between my period and ovulation, I'm much more like outgoing and I want to take initiative, and that feels fun and good. And then from ovulation to that first day, boom, there's like a switch, and that's usually the toughest day I've had that day. Like I think it was yesterday, and it's like, and it's like I get like, no, I don't want to have people around me. I'm like, I really have this strong impulse to go inwards, and I think that will be different from month to month. Right now I'm in a very I'm actively creating my courses. I'm in the creative process, and it's like that flourishes when I am by myself. So I see there is a reason for that strong impulse to go inwards. But I also think that's just how I am, kind of. I have this very, yeah, I have these two parts, a deep joy and genuine connection with people, and I think it's so fun, and it's done so much already, having that intention this month to actually reach out to people, to connect to people, to intentionally start having conversations and not just, I don't know, see it as a burden or something, like, or be afraid of it, just like I used to do, just like, oh, it's fun being in connection to people. And I decide, I have been in victimhood. Oh, I don't have the social community I want, but I have taken made zero efforts to cultivate such a community, and it's just that adult of like, okay, now I actually am doing the things I need to do. So now we come into this new phase where it's like there is resistance in my body to really reaching out, and or like being on social media, all of those things become harder. It's not harder, but it's like, it's just my focus shifts. I want to like, my spiritual side becomes much stronger. Really, the relationship I am most interested in that period is my relationship to my own soul, and also maybe to like closer relationships to music, to my piano, to nature. And I'm glad that I have these two cycles, because I don't feel good if I'm just cultivating. And what I'm realizing is have the last couple of, for a long time in my life, I only cultivated the connection to other people side, that those kinds of connections, socializing, community. And it didn't feel 100% like I got everything I wanted, like something was missing. And then the last couple of years I went in a totally different direction, and I nearly just cultivated my relationship to my body, to my soul, to the universe, to music, to the muse, the creative process, to my home, to nature, all of that. And it really filled something in me. It's been incredible, and I really, for me, on my journey, and I think for many people, it's so vital to really form that kind of relationship with yourself and your inner world and your inner surroundings, or your like close surroundings. And now I'm learning how to integrate both sides of me, integrate both these needs that I have, and doing it in a way so when I'm out in the more extroverted phase of the month, that I don't lose that connection with my soul, with nature, and with my piano and all of it, and my inner world. And when I have this call to go inwards, which I know many women experience, and I actually, with their cycle, it's a thing. And also I see with actually even my partner, with Vincent, like I've heard that in ancient times, when we lived in tribes, all the women bled on the same, like had the same cycle, bled with the moon and with the new moon, I think. And the men follow that cycle too. It's this natural cycle, like the seasons of planting the seeds, bloom, harvesting, winter, hibernating, resting so new life can grow, the death period. But it's not actually death, it's just the cycle of life. But yeah, so I've noticed that, and now I've gone into that. I think I went on a bit of a tangent. And now, learning to integrate that. I don't want to force or pressure myself to anything that doesn't feel good, but realizing like I don't have to be so, either I'm out in the world and I forget it, or like this practice of actually I can be both. And maybe this takes more priority now, this, soul's connection and all of that. But it doesn't mean that I fully have to say no. That's why I'm kind of glad that I'm making this challenge, because I'm finding this makes me have to find new ways to do these things. So for example, recording this video, and I think I just want to redefine what social connection is. Something I've also thought about is, I don't know what that redefine what social connection, I don't really know what I mean with that, might come back to it. But something I've thought about a lot this month too is that I've been so focused on creating new and making bigger, it's that classical, reaching for what I don't have, and what I'm really focusing on and what is making huge difference is like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna do that as well, but I'm also gonna focus on making the relationships I have and the social connections I have the best they can be, and how I do that, and learning how to do that, and feel as best as I can in those connections. So that's where I'm putting my energy to, and I can think that that's maybe what feels better to cultivate. Maybe that month, that period of more extroversion, I go out, I meet new people, I take initiative, I write to people, I cultivate new connections, all of that. And now on this, I maybe more tending to what I already have, and so I have this space to also, just following my body's natural rhythm, and seeing the value in both. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. These videos are so helpful for me to realize, but that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna realize the importance and not make anything bad that I want more. I would not make it something bad, that I want to be more in my world now, and more in connection to my creativity, and more silent, and more of social media, and less listening to the people, and going out into town and all of that. More now nature, but still like really cultivating the relationships I have, my close relationships, my partnership, and being that, and then allowing the new flow to come and do that, and have this awareness that I don't have to choose, and my natural tendency is to go 100% into that or 100% into that. Introverted 100% or 100% extroverted, those are the simple terms. And I don't have to do that. I can just flow, dance between both in every moment. So that's what I'm learning. yeah, this is fun to do, and I will continue updating. This is not a challenge that I feel like, oh, I have to do healing or anything like that. This is more practical, like I've met this again and again and kind of resisted it, or resisted it when I've been in the wanting to take initiative. And that's why I'm so happy that I'm also very intentionally cultivating self-trust, and that I've learned how I actually cultivate more self-trust. Like the one thing that has made me much more self-trusting, and that I'm doing that now, and which I will talk about in another video, but I probably already have. But that means that I know, like I'm not gonna, I can pause a bit from taking initiative and reaching out to people in the way I have been, and now go into more another cultivation, because I know that I'm not gonna get stuck there, you know. I'm gonna keep flowing through both. I trust myself. If I say I'm gonna keep on practicing, you know, reaching out, cultivating, meeting my edge, I will continue to do so. I just don't have to do it all the time for it to be, I don't know, for it to be fruitful, you know? Self-compassion. Yeah. I'm gonna end that now. Thank you for listening to my little reflection. I will keep you posted. Hope this finds you in a self-compassionate and accepting state. Maybe this helps you also reflect on your own inner cycles and accept where you're at, and also think about not staying so in one if that's not what feels actually 100% good for you. You can have both.